Yo, what is up guys, Crasher80 here, and today I'm bringing us a gameplay commentary on the map Redwood here in TDM using the H3K with Grip, Quick Draw, and Elo Sight. I feel like Elo Sight just makes everything better. All guns that have the option to use the Elo Sight, I'd recommend using it if you prefer to have a sight on compared to the iron sights. Because Elo, I just feel like it does, for some reason, it just makes the gun better. Whenever I use Elo Sight, I seem to do so much better with every single gun. So it's a great sight, and then of course, Grip and Quick Draw are pretty much necessary on all guns, just standard attachments there. But let's get into today's main topic, which is the contracts and the 10th specialist coming into Black Ops 3. And this update is going to drop on June 14th for Xbox One, PS4, and PC. So all the next generation stuff, and then the PC. And it's going to be a huge update with a bunch of changes, and especially to the contracts and the specialists area, because obviously that's the main focus for this update. It's to add a 10th specialist and to actually bring in contracts into the game. The contracts option has been kind of there for a while now, for around 3 weeks, so it's good that they're going to finally update it and bring in some contracts for us. So I'm going to describe all the stuff that they're going to be adding in terms of the contracts and the specialists, so you guys will be up to date on everything that will be coming out on June 14th, which is a Tuesday, just to let you guys know. And I mean, a lot of people have no more school, so that's pretty good. A lot more people will be playing this game, and so dropping on a Tuesday sounds pretty good to a lot of people. So just letting you guys know it's on a Tuesday, not on a Sunday or Saturday or anything like that. But anyways, let's get into the first thing, which is the contracts. So there are going to be 3 types of contracts. First will be the daily contract, which will happen, of course, every single day. It's going to be updated on Monday at it's going to be updated every 24 hours at 1 p.m. And so these should be pretty easy challenges, because obviously since it's a daily challenge, they want most of the players to complete it, and it's going to be for around 10 crypto keys. So the reward for this daily challenge is around 10 crypto keys, which is pretty good considering that they're probably going to be pretty easy. Now I'll show you an image on the screen here now. One of them is get 10 headshots, which obviously for most people should be pretty easy to get within 5 or 6 games. And that's a bare minimum. I mean, you should probably... getting 10 headshots is not that hard, so it's going to be easy for a lot of people to get them, and you can gain 10 crypto keys for that, which is pretty good. It's a pretty good deal, and overall, I'm really glad they're not giving away too few crypto keys in these contracts, because a lot of people want to start buying these supply drops to get the weapons, and so it's good to give away a good amount of crypto keys for these contracts. Now, obviously, like I said before, these should not be too hard, so most players should be able to complete these without problem. Now the next thing is the weekly contracts. So those are slightly harder, because obviously they're just going to be there once a week, and they're going to update every Monday at 1 p.m. Eastern time, and so they're a lot harder than the daily challenges, and the rewards are 30 crypto keys, at least in the image I'm going to show here. It's 30 crypto keys, and so the challenges or the contracts can involve score or headshots or anything like that. It's just going to be a bigger number compared to the daily contract, so just a little bit harder, but it should be pretty easy for most people as well. It's not going to be that bad, and it's once again 30 crypto keys. Now, the one that's going to be the most difficult is the mercenary contract. Now, these are contracts that can only be completed after completing the weekly contracts. So you have to complete the weekly contract before even getting a mercenary contract. And with these contracts, you actually get to use the 10th specialist. And I'll explain that once I get to explaining the new specialist. But for these contracts, you get to use the specialist, and it's pretty fun. Looks like these are going to be pretty difficult. I'm not sure, because in the images that they showed, they didn't really give a clear example as to what a mercenary contract would be. So nobody really knows what might be the reward or what kind of contract it will be. So anyways, that's what it is. You get to use the Blackjack, complete some sort of challenge, and that's all we basically know about the mercenary contract. And anyways, let's get into the second main thing in this video, and that is the specialist. So the specialist is going to be called the Blackjack. Now, this was revealed a lot earlier. I think this was released at some point like a month ago, I think, because I had definitely heard this before they actually officially released that the next specialist would be the Blackjack. But this specialist, I'm pretty sure, is not actually permanent. It can only be used when you're doing a mercenary contract. I think that's what it is, from what I read. So it's not like you can it's not like it's added into the game permanently. You can only use it at a certain point, and it's also not available in supply drops. So a few people are happy about that. But apparently it's only going to be here for a limited amount of time. Not sure if that means time as in days or time as in you can only do it when you're completing a mercenary contract. Not sure which one that is, but whatever. So this is the 10th specialist in Black Ops 3, and he has 2 abilities like any other specialist, and the 2 abilities are called Rogue and Gambler. So Rogue is copy the specialist weapon of enemies that you kill when your power meter is full. So this is a pretty interesting one, very unique, because while you get to use the specialist weapons of others, you get to kind of choose which one you want, depending on who you kill. So maybe many of you are probably thinking like, okay, I get this when the power meter's full. I get this rogue ability. Now, is it the first specialist I kill? If I kill one specialist, do I only get his ability? And that's not actually the case. So if you kill a specialist when you have this rogue thing, and you don't really want to use the gun or the weapon that he's using, you can actually try to kill another specialist, and you can just flip it. You can flip it and get the other specialist weapon. So you can kind of pick and choose who you really want, depending on who's on the other team to kill and get the weapon from. So if you kill someone and don't want their weapon, you can kill someone else and flip the weapon, so you don't have to use that first person's weapon they didn't want to use. So overall, it's a pretty nice thing that you got there, just so you don't have to get stuck with some random weapon that you really don't want to use. And that's pretty cool. The next one is Gambler, and that's get a random specialist ability when your power meter is full. And the power meter also has a faster than normal fill rate, which is pretty important because the Gambler would otherwise be pretty stupid if it didn't have a faster than normal fill rate. So this kind of might appeal to some people if they want to use that, since it has a faster than normal fill rate. So you might get a gun a little bit faster than you would if you were just using a regular specialist. So that's pretty cool. And this will probably have to deal with the mercenary contract as well as the rogue one. You're probably maybe one of the mercenary contracts is to get 10 kills with the rogue weapon that you got, or get 10 of something with the gambler thing you got. So it might have to deal with that. I'm assuming that it probably will, since you can only use the blackjack when you're going for these mercenary contracts, but we'll see what happens. So that's all we basically know so far. This seems like a really cool update. It's coming out on June 14th, which is a Tuesday once again. And I'm really excited for this one to drop. I know a lot of people have been anxiously waiting for these contracts to come out to start completing them. So overall, the daily ones will be pretty easy. The weekly ones should be a little bit harder. And then the mercenary contracts, not a lot is known about them, but you can probably use a 10th specialist while completing them. So that's all we know about that. That's all for today in this video. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know if you guys are excited about this in the comment section, and I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.